Your soul is really like the older sister. It's like, okay, girl, like, get it together. I gotta feel alive, even if it kills me. Promise to always keep you me, real me. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zoe Joelle, if you don't know, if you knew or whatever. Today I want to talk about the point at which relationships become easy. I have a couple writing points that I want to share and then expound on. This is not just for romantic relationships, this is for platonic relationships also. Maybe even business. I don't know, whatever you want to apply it to. But I think the main reason it becomes easy is when you gather more and more or build more and more accountability for yourself. So some of the things that I wrote in my handy dandy notebook is everything is your own problem, even in romantic relationships. When individuals know how to take care of themselves by themselves, things get easier. I put, what does it look like? What does it look like to take care of yourself? And I put regulating your own emotions, awareness that you are more than your emotions, awareness of how temporary emotions are, awareness of the fact that your triggers are your homework from God. That is your assignment. So I feel like, especially as women, we go through so many different emotions throughout 1 month. Like 4 weeks is probably 3 to 7 different people. It's really ridiculous. And growing up, like without self-awareness, I didn't understand all of these different ebbs and flows of life as a woman. And really the world doesn't even understand us to the depths of how deep it goes, to be honest. But being in a relationship, like I had to realize, like, not even just this relationship, friendships and everything, because really growing up, like I still am a very sensitive person, and I used to take things very personal, like take a lot of things personal. But then when I realized, like, a lot of stuff that people do has literally nothing to do with me. The way people respond, the way people listen, are when they're really not listening to me. Like, none of that stuff has nothing to do with me. And a lot of the ways that people treat me is a direct reflection of how they treat themselves. So I say that to say, like through hardships in a relationship, I had to realize, like, I have to really be quiet and get inside of myself before I say something out loud. Because once you say it out loud, once you hurt somebody else's feelings or something like that, like, it's over with. Like, they have already experienced whatever it is that you had to say. And one of the points I made is everything is your problem, which is a huge, huge, huge point. And I think when people understand that, even friendships, like the longevity in friendships gets to be a common thing, because you realize, like, you may be having a bad day, and of course you have people in your life that care about you, but sometimes, or a lot of the times, everybody is going through something and nobody's responsible for how you feel. And that's a hard and tough lesson to learn, because if you have the expectation of, like, okay, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends, or I'm gonna reach out to my friends, like, yes, of course, do these things, but lessen the expectation, because sometimes people don't want to hear that shit. And it's not even personal. That doesn't make them a bad person, but, like, sometimes people, like, are going through their own thing and they don't have the capacity to hold on to your stuff either. Like, enjoy people for who they are and what it is. Like, it is what it is type of thing, but, like, don't expect to get nothing out of stuff, you know? And I even learned that when I was going through this major, like, phase of my life where I was very sensitive and, like, taking things personal. And I'm a very introspective person, so, like, although I can be somebody who is, like, projecting all of these different things, I can also go in and realize, like, what? So through the introspective part of me will be, like, on some, I can literally notice that I am feeling some type of way about something. Like, I separate basically my inner voice, which is my soul, and then to my ego. Like, those are two different parts of me. And I feel like your soul is really like the older sister. It's like, okay, girl, like, get it together. The ego is like, no, we need to da-da-da-da, we gotta say this, or why the fuck would they do this, da-da-da, how come nobody want to care about me, blah, 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 right? The ego is, like, full of all the different traumas and things that you had to experience as a child growing up and all of that stuff. But the soul is, like, eternal, just waiting for you to get it together. Like, girl, it does hurt your feelings, and this isn't to say, like, down talk your feelings or don't feel through whatever it is that you're feeling. But like the other point I made, as far as like feelings being temporary, like Janae's song, I don't know which song it is right now. It might be Love. La 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 la. That song, I think that's the song when she was like, I am more than my emotions. That is my favorite line ever. And what also got me to this point of like, when I'm going through things, realizing my ego versus my soul and just becoming internal before I say something, is the book Untethered Soul. That book changed my life. That book changed my life. Because I've always been very intelligent. But before the self-awareness level that I'm at now, I was not able to pull myself out of feeling some type of way and thinking that I need to react to that. And if you make me feel some type of way, I need to make you feel some type of way. No, now I want some like, do I even give a fuck? Like, I be really thinking like, the more you become self-aware, the less there is to talk about. Like, for real, because a lot of the times people are talking either to prove a point, to project something, to make you feel how they feel, like, you know. But anyways, bringing it back to where relationships get easy. Accountability, self-awareness is so big. And regulating your emotions. So even today, no, not today, but this week, this is my second video with my hair wrapped. And I think it's really pretty. But I went through a whole thing with my hair. I had my hair like curly. It was becoming very long. Raw. I don't know why I did all the things that I did. But I was like, oh, I'm tired of doing my hair. Like, when you have curly hair and it becomes long and long and long, that stuff is a lot to handle on a daily basis. So I was like, okay, I'm going to lock my hair. Follow me while I get to my point. So I started my locks. I think I had them for like 3 or 4 months. They were locking kind of. But I wasn't used to feeling how dry my hair was. And I understand that everybody's hair not dry, whatever, with your locks. Cool. You got the best locks in the world. My hair was very dry. I was washing my hair. I was moisturizing how I knew how to moisturize my hair. I didn't like it. I just didn't like the experience. So instead of combing my locks out, I cut it. I was like, whatever. The hair that I grew, that I had, the curly long hair, was throughout college, and that was a tough time of life. So I was like, let's just cut it. Who cares? Cut my hair, very beautiful. But now I'm at like the middle, the little short stages of the curly hair journey, and I really don't like it. Like, I don't like it. Because I had my black hair, and that was mad cute. And then I was like, oh, let me try to do some pale blonde, whatever. The melanin in my hair said no. No. So I got to like a honey blonde, cool. But now my hair is growing out. Like, you would think my hair is black, but I still have the blonde in my hair. I say all that to say, I was going through, if you a girl, if you know, you know. When you don't know what to do with your hair, like, it's almost a mental breakdown, for real. So this week, I'm in the bathroom trying to do something with my hair. I'm like, I don't know. It was giving mental breakdown for a minute. So, to regulate my own emotions, right? Walked out the bathroom. We have like this mirror in the hallway by the stairs. I got there, I was like, just breathing. And like those small moments of taking the time out to step out of those emotions real quick and bring it back to center. Like, it's really not that deep. But even for things that are really like, people are really pissing you off, are really trying you, like, you have to separate yourself from your emotions, because those things are temporary, and you don't want to make permanent decisions off of temporary emotions. So like through arguing, through expecting things with people who you love, and they love you also, but like at the end of the day, you are your own assignment. So people can do but so much to make you happy, you understand? So yeah, the next points that I put was, comfortable asserting / vouching for yourself, because build up equals breakup. I think that is so important, like learning how to vouch for yourself, learning how to communicate what it is that you're feeling. Because, okay, we just went through the fact that you are your own assignment and you can expect people to take care of you to certain levels and all of those different things. But also, if you're going to be in someone's life as a support, a partner, a friend, whatever it is, certain things are required for you to stay in somebody's life. Like, it's not just a willy-nilly, I just take care of myself all the way and I don't need you to do anything, because then what the fuck? You know, especially just simply enjoying somebody's existence and being there for people. So that still is important. But when it comes to knowing how, I think for this point, I'm more so talking about a romantic relationship, knowing how to assert yourself and communicate what it is that you need is super important. And that's under the whole subject that we're doing as far as like when relationships become easy. Once you're self-aware, you get to really see, like once you're accountable for yourself, you can see where it is that people need to be held accountable. And when you know how to communicate it in a way where you're not just judging this person or taking, like trying to break this person down, but you're more so just communicating, here's the needs that I have. Here's where you may be falling short. Here's where I may be falling short, but we gotta come in the middle, or we gotta get the, because I said build up equals break up. That's a fact. Throughout that journey of me being very hypersensitive and taking things personal, I also didn't know how to speak up for myself. Like, it's weird because people always would say, oh, Zoe got such a smart ass mouth and all these different things. And yes, I do. I've always had a smart ass mouth. But for me, my motivator was angry. Like, I knew how to speak up for myself when I was angry. I didn't know how to speak up for myself when I was sad. I didn't even know the difference between, okay, I'm not even angry, I'm sad. Like, that actually hurt my feelings, Like, even coming from New York, it's like, you're trying me right now type of thing, Like, but I had to realize, like, no, that's something that hurt my feelings. And if this person cares about me, I should be able to communicate that this is hurting my feelings. I don't enjoy when you do this. There's a difference. There's a big difference. So being slow to speak can really help you decipher between what is actually hurting my feelings, what is a trigger that is my personal responsibility, So that's a huge, huge, huge thing. And it's crazy because prior to the relationship that I'm in now, I was writing. To me, writing is a form of prayer for me. So I was writing and asking God, like, I want to be more compassionate. Because through the hypersensitivity, it can also make you like selfish in a way, because in the different circumstances that are going on, situations that are hurting your feelings or whatever is going on, being that hypersensitive person, it also can like block your vision from being able to see other people's point of view, or see that, yeah, your feelings hurt, but that may have not been their intention. And then you miss the whole message. And then where are we at? Where are we at, really, So I prayed and I asked for that. And I feel like I am starting to get that for real. So the next portion of what I wrote was, what does an easy partner look like? And I put here, someone who is accountable and compassionate, which is crazy because I just said that. Someone who can step outside of their triggers to really hear you. And I put someone who sees you as an individual outside of just a partner. That is super important. I feel like that, I don't really know males' ideologies about a lot of things, honestly. Because I feel like, this is a side note, but I feel like guys focus on the fact that no one hears them out. They don't focus on how to communicate what it is that they want people to hear. And that's just my personal opinion. Don't shoot the messenger. But I'm just saying, like, that's like me personally, and y'all, we friends, me and you friends. You're a very vocal person. You always, you know how to communicate, and I'm a great listener. But then I don't know how to communicate how I feel. So instead of me learning how to communicate how I feel, or telling you I don't really know how to communicate this, I go off and start saying, nobody cares about what I gotta say, No, bro. Nobody knows what you have to say. That's how I feel about guys. Like, for the most part, they don't even know how to express themselves, period. And maybe that's your mama's fault, your grandma's fault, your football coach's fault. I don't know whose fault it is. But in the new relationships that you walk into, whether that be friendships, business relationships, romantic relationships, that's your responsibility. Once you know how to assert that for yourself, then you can pick and choose what is somebody else's fault. But if you don't even know how to get it out, I don't know what to tell you. But as far as, back to my point, someone being able to see you as an individual outside of just their partner is super important. And I was saying, I think that's really important for women especially. And I was saying, I don't know what the guys think. You have to say that for yourself. But for women, I feel like, especially growing up and like just being this person who values evolving, you have to see me outside of your friend. You have to see me outside of your daughter. You have to see me outside of your sister, your girlfriend. You have to see me outside of that. Like, my existence is not just a utility for your happiness, babe. It's really not. And I say for women because I feel like not even I know that we are so deeply spiritual beings, like, so it's like you go through these different things and you are an ever evolving being, and so is the male. But like I said, that's for you to communicate. So like when we first start dating, and this is not specifically to my relationship, I'm saying dating period, but when we first start dating, it's like, ooh, he's attractive, he has a great personality, makes me laugh, da 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 da. Then you get in a relationship and you're like, those boxes are checked, great. This could be friendships too, when you be like, oh, she's mad fun, she's pretty, ooh, whatever. But as an evolving woman, it's like, okay, wait, the boxes are changing. So it's like, for a self-aware person, your partner has to be able to see you outside of that, you know? And also they have to be able to evolve with you. And that is like always a fear for me, because I feel like I'm always evolving. Like I'm still true to who I am, essentially. But if we can't evolve together, it's just not gonna work, you know? So, yeah. Oh, the second to last point that I said was someone who can step outside of their triggers to really hear you. That is huge. That is huge. That is huge, because it's like, it goes back to the whole hypersensitive thing, and like it turning you into a selfish person, because you are so focused on how much something someone said hurt your feelings that you didn't even see where they were coming from. You know, and it is your responsibility to be able to communicate those things so that someone can see you and hear you and be there for you. But unless you know how to do that part, yeah. So yeah, that's all I have to say though. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you have any topics that you may want me to expand on, please let me know in the comments. Let me know how you feel about this video, different points that I made. How did they make you feel? What it got you thinking about? And yeah, once again, my name is Zoe Joyelle, and stay tuned for the next video.